welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back with you finally. I know I've taken a huge break, but if you can't tell, we've been in a little bit of a transition lately. So we just moved into a brand new house that we built, and I am so excited to be able to cook for you for the first time in my new kitchen. So let's get started. Okay, so with it being the holidays coming up, I have decided to make a breakfast brunch type food that I think would be perfect for Christmas morning. I'm gonna make a French toast bake. Now I've seen these all over and they look delicious, and I'm so excited to try it with you guys for the first time. What you're gonna start with is you're gonna start with a loaf of sourdough bread. Now my local grocery store, they pre-cut it or pre-slice it for you. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the loaf of sourdough bread and you're gonna cut it into chunks and lay it out into a greased 9x13 pan. So let's get going. So I think I'm just gonna cut it into kind of square, chunky pieces, maybe like 1 inch by 1 inch. Just kind of cutting them into bite-sized chunks and throwing them into the pan. We're gonna stack it really full. Now that I've got all of the bread cut up, I have filled the 9x13 pan full of this delicious sourdough bread. We are now going to mix. We're gonna take 8 eggs, 2 cups of milk, half a cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and 3/4 cup sugar. We're gonna mix all of that together and we're gonna pour it over the top. All right, so we're gonna whisk the eggs together first. I always like to pop the yolks because it helps them incorporate a lot faster. You can mix them a lot easier if the yolks are already broken. Once you've whipped the eggs, add in your 2 cups of milk. Your half a cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. I use the Mexican vanilla, so it's a lot stronger and it's clear, so it doesn't discolor things when I'm cooking. And then 3/4 cup sugar. And combine. All right, so mix this mixture until it's light and frothy, and then we're gonna pour it over the bread. Since I didn't combine this in a bowl with this pour spout on it, just so I don't make a ginormous mess, I'm gonna use a measuring cup to help me so I can get it in there nice and even. Just make sure that everything is evenly coated, and then what you're gonna wanna do with this is place this in the refrigerator. Now what they recommend is they say that if you have the time to keep it in the refrigerator overnight. Well, I don't have the time. I am a working mom. I'm crazy busy. So they just said that if you can't set it overnight, to keep it in the refrigerator for as long as you can. So mine will probably only be in the fridge for about a half an hour. Now on to the topping for the French toast. You're going to take 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a cup packed brown sugar, half a cup of flour, and half a cup cold butter cut into pieces. You're gonna place all of these items into a medium-sized bowl and cut them in. If you don't know what the concept of cutting in means, if you have a pastry cutter, you can use that. It's on a handle and you cut it in, just kind of like how you make pie dough. I just take 2 butter knives and cut it in that way. Basically what it is it's making you not mix the ingredients together too much. So you're not fully incorporating them, you're just mixing them a little bit. All right, and then I'm just gonna take 2 knives and you just cut the ingredients together. So I just take both knives in a back and forth motion, crisscrossing across each other, cutting the butter into all of the other ingredients. You do have to have quite a bit of patience for this. So if you do have a pastry cutter, it is a lot easier, but using 2 knives, it works just fine. It just takes a few minutes. So now that this has been sitting in the fridge for overnight or for however long you are able to keep it in the fridge for, you're gonna take it out. I'm gonna just kind of mix it around just a tiny bit more, just to make sure that every piece is as wet as I can possibly get it. Mix that around a little bit, and then we're gonna just sprinkle our crumbed topping over the top. Make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. You're gonna place this in the oven and you're gonna bake it for between 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on if it's cooked all the way through or not. So let's pop this baby in the oven. Okay, you guys, so it is finished now. I just took it out of the oven a few minutes ago, let it rest for about 10 minutes, but I ended up cooking mine for 50 minutes, and it feels like it's kind of the perfect consistency. I didn't want it too soft, but I also didn't want it too hard. So when you kind of touch on the top of it, it's got a little bit of a bounce to it still, but it looks amazing. It looks and smells so good. We're actually gonna eat this for lunch today. Normally on French toast, you generally put syrup on it. I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit. Instead of syrup to go on the top of our French toast today, I made some homemade whipped cream. If you've never made homemade whipped cream before, you just take heavy cream, add a tiny, tiny bit, maybe less than 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar sauce and about 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and mix it until it's whipped cream. And then I've also got some toffee bits that I thought would maybe be good to kind of add over the top of it, and then we can add a little sprinkle of cinnamon. But we're gonna dish this up and see what it looks like once we dish it up. It turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. It smells amazing. So I hope that you guys are able to make this at some point for your families because it is delicious. Happy holidays, you guys. We'll see you guys next time. What do you think? Good? All right. Okay.
What's in it? It smells like cookie dough.
It smells like cookie dough.